Good morning. Where do we go in the text after Christmas? It's the day after. And I think it's appropriate for us to be reminded of something Paul said. Philippians 2:5. Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ Jesus. Verse 6 of Philippians 2, who, though he was in the form of God, the morphe of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking the morphe form of a servant, being born in the likeness of men, and being found in human form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. Paul uses the incarnation of Jesus as an example for us of how we ought to treasure, live out, inculcate, bring into our lives the virtue of humility. We're to think about what Jesus did. We're to think about that God eternal would condescend and take on a body and would endure suffering for us. Yes, of course, as our salvation. But here, Paul says, as a model of the kind of mindset you should have when you come to life. Humility. You know, sometimes I'm gripped by my own pride, by the lack of humility that I have in how I relate, sometimes to family or friends. And we need to reflect upon the gift of Christ. This great term that's used in verse 7, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant. We get the doctrine of kenosis here, kanao. What does it mean that he emptied himself? I think it might be a term that cuts two ways. On the one hand, he emptied himself not of his deity, but he emptied himself of the full expression of certain divine attributes. He chose not to express them, even when he could have. But I think also this emptying is really explained for us by the next phrase. He emptied himself by taking the form of a servant. So you can empty yourself out of something, or you can empty yourself into something. And here, Jesus empties himself in the sense that he doesn't express the full range of his power and so forth in his experience in the body. He possesses it, but he doesn't express it all. And he empties all of that deity into a body. Paul says this, right? That the fullness of deity dwells in him bodily. Now he would willingly empty, God eternal, empty himself into a body. What incredible humility. I want you to let the incarnation soak humility into your heart today. Think about that. Dwell on that. Turn it over. Where is it that you need this humility in your life? Have a great day.